We did it, y'all. What is good? I'm Jose, the Running Bastard, and you're watching Running Bastards. In this video, I want to first start out by saying thank you for all the people that watched my United Half video. That video was, we'll talk about that in a minute, but it was an amazing day. The event was amazing. And I want to also give a thanks to New York Road Runners, the organization, for putting on such an amazing event with the fact that they had to make last minute changes, and we, didn't run over Manhattan Bridge, but we ran over Brooklyn Bridge, and a lot of people got to experience an iconic event unlike any event that's ever happened. It's the first time this ever happened. So running over Brooklyn Bridge, just running in Brooklyn in general, down Flatbush, Prospect Park, right? And then into Manhattan, Times Square, FDR, all that amazing stuff, and then ending in Central Park. Such amazing. But I wanted to talk about the actual video itself, right? So I've been recording my runs for quite a while now, and I feel like I have some decent settings, but that video looked really bad. And it was, to be honest, somewhat unwatchable, right? But that just goes to show you, sometimes you just got to put out the video, right? And that goes for anyone that's starting a new YouTube channel. Like, just put stuff out. You will find someone to watch it. So people watched it. And even if they just watched parts of it, I did my job. Meaning, I think in that video, there's a lot of stuff going on, right? In the beginning, the guy runs a red light. There's a guy doing like door dashes in the middle of the half marathon, running over the bridge, all the iconic sites, and just kind of amazing stuff. I got a Captain America shirt on. I get a nice shout out at the end. All that kind of stuff is like, maybe people are like fast forwarding and like finding the cool spots of the video, even though it was shaky as heck, right? So now I want to talk about like what happened, right? What happened to my settings? Because in the past, it wasn't that shaky. Why is it so shaky now, right? And that is because of this. Not that it's bad, right? Because I actually ran with this exact same setup for the Ted Corbett race that happened, right? I think it was late last year. And it looked fine, right? The footage looked fine. So what happened? So what I believe happened was, the settings were changed. I looked at the settings. I compared the Ted Corbett video to the New York half video, and they were done in totally different settings. So my settings normally are 2.7K, horizon steady, and 60 frames per second, auto settings, and I just let it run, right? Now, the reason why I wanted to bring the handle with me is because I know for a half marathon, the internal battery is not sufficient. It won't last. So I said, if I bring the handle with me, it'll last. And it did its job. It did a great job. It didn't die. In fact, it had so much room for more recordings, right? I have a 1 terabyte card in here, and it did what it did. So the real problem was the settings somehow got reset and they looked really bad. But I just was so excited for the race. I just hit record, and then that was it, right? So I just pressed the button just now. It turned on. That's what this is supposed to do, right? And it did its job. It did its job well. So what am I going to do going forward? One, I'm going to still run with this, right? With the lanyard on and rock it. Proof that I can run a whole half marathon it's kind of heavy with gear on, right? And still pull out a 2-hour half marathon. But I want to talk about some other things, right? Back in the days, GoPro came up with a camera called the Session. I love this thing. They need to make something like this on a gimbal, right? With maybe a handle that has a battery in it, lightweight, and I can run with it, point it around and do some cool stuff. Right? Am I asking for too much? Because if you think about it, it already exists. Look at it. Look at the form factor. It already exists. Somebody made this, right? Just continue to engineer. So I don't know if it cost them too much to make it or not. I can't say. But you know me, the engineer in me likes to try new things. So what do I have here? A different device. This is the Feiyu Pocket 3. I've looked at the reviews online. Yeah, it's going to be hit or miss. Some things are probably not going to work well. And if it doesn't work well, well, thankfully Amazon has a great return policy. So I got this on Amazon. And this handle that you see right here, this doesn't come with the Feiyu Pocket 3. So let me just show you. I did an unboxing. I know some of you like to see unboxings and stuff like that. I already unboxed it. This is the box. You can see it kind of has like a sleeve that you pull it up, and you can see both of the devices. It comes with two things. It comes with a remote, and then it comes with the actual camera itself. So I don't think I'm going to use the remote. I'm going to actually pair this with a phone, the little mini phone that I showed you in the other video, the Jelly Star, Unihertz Jelly Star. I'm going to pair it with that, and then I can have the phone, I think, on my wrist, on one wrist, just for testing, right? And then this in my hand. I have a tiny USB cable hooked up to something, right? And that something is this Subtig handle, right? You can see here that it has like a tripod thing. I was holding it with the tripod in my hand, and I don't like the feeling. So what I did was I used my my iFixit kit, and let me see if I can find the exact Torx. It's some kind of a Torx. Sorry, I don't have my glasses, y'all. This is a Torx T4, and it will take the wings off so that you end up having just the handles. That's why there's the extra space here, because I took them out, and it feels lighter, feels so much better. Little cord in my hand. I'll put a lanyard on it at some point. There's a space right here for a lanyard, little hole there, so that when I'm running, if somebody like hits me, it'll not hit the floor. So let me just hit the power button real quick. I'm gonna let it do its calibrate thing. But that's kind of the goal, right? You can see the lights are on. It lets you know how full this handle battery is. And it's charging it. You know, I can see well, I can't see it right now because this is calibrating, but as I move it, you can see that it's trying to stabilize it as much as possible. All right, so pros that I like so far is that it's well built. It's tiny, it's lightweight, and I think for running, this might do the trick. Now, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube about this, and I know there's things that this is going to do that are not great. And that is the actual sound of here. Now, let me, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, so I don't have to like butter this up in any way, right? If you have a device and you know that the internal audio is trash, at least give the option for people to put external audio to do something about that. Now, if you're saying, oh, our audio is so good, right, built in, you don't need external audio, okay, you have an argument, right? You have an argument there. Like, you don't need it. It's really great. That's not the case. So not only do they have terrible audio, but they also don't give you an option for any other kind of audio. So just like, deal with it. I don't like that, right? That's a company. So what I'm concerned with is if I'm running and it's windy, you're going to hear a lot of wind noise. So it seems like I can't win. I can't win, y'all, like to get the perfect thing, which means that what I'll do is I'll probably just go back to what I know works, which is either this. I may even get the DJI Pocket 3 instead of this. I wouldn't call it no name, but lesser known name, Pocket 3. Okay. So yeah, I've already engineered something here. It feels nice in the hand. It's kind of cool. I'll experiment with this. I'll go on a run. So that's going to be the next part of this video. You'll see me actually running with this. I'm going to set the settings to 4K 30. I think that's the highest it can go. Maybe it can go to 60. I'll check. I'll set it to 4K. Another thing, the memory card. Let me stand that up because it keeps saying calibrate. The memory card on here can accept a terabyte. The memory card on here can accept 512, right? Is that enough? I think that's enough for like a run. Yeah, that's enough because, you know, one long run, it's not going to fill the whole card, right? That's just, I like to store all my runs on the card and then slowly pull them off as I need them. But so far, I'm kind of digging it. Let me just put this mic down real quick. You heard that was a nice satisfying click. Like it's in there good, right? And it's tight, and also has like a magnetic base, so I could mount it on like other things. But on this thing is not going anywhere, right? So I'm excited to play around with this, and I'm excited to bring you different content that looks better. And even if this project is not good, or if success, then you'll see me using it more. But there's so many, I think there's other use cases that I could use this for. Different angles, exercise videos. Heck, I don't even think I've seen anyone using this for cooking, right? Put it on top of to mount it above the stove. Get creative, right? So I may still have some use for it, even if it's not for the action that I want. But my main intention is to bring this out on runs, right? Because it detaches the way that I just showed you, I could mount it on my chest, right? The thing is, how long, right, will it last? I might try that for like a 5K or a 4-mile race or something like that, not a 10K, because like I mentioned before, it probably won't be sufficient enough to keep it charged. So I feel like I covered what I wanted to cover. I wanted to once again thank you all for following the channel and the new subscribers that joined. I want to give you better content. I'm trying my best. So it's a bit of a journey. Join me on that journey together. And that's all, y'all. So with that said, running bastards.